One. There we go. And we're live.
I'm glad you can count.
We did stream that part where you're talking about RB Pooey, but...
Did we?
Yeah, you did.
Is it live?
We're live now.
Were we live before?
As soon as you're talking about RB Pooey, we were good.
Oh, okay. Fuck you, RB Pooey. Just like me, you're easy all day.
Jesus Christ. Well, good evening, everyone. We're back for the fourth installment of this.
I need to make a comment. Why do you always fucking answer or start the stream with a cigarette in your fucking mouth?
Because it's cool, I suppose.
Discord apparently showing that the stream's not there. But, yeah.
Alright, well, how's your week been anyway?
Oh, it's been good. You know,
Yeah?
been a nice little glitch in Division.
Yes, well,
Happened.
that's been an issue. Well,
My
week's been
phone's quite loud.
my week's been fucking mental. I hurt myself at work, so I've been out of work for pretty much all week, which is great. And then we apparently have to go and have another appointment in Sydney for my daughter. It was a month after we've got to be in Sydney, so we've got to try and juggle more bloody finances to do that.
That's great.
The podcast doesn't pay much, or pay anything at all. Makes it hard.
Because Boots has been the number one donator for the last 3 weeks now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so yeah, they were saying Division had a glitch where you could complete the vanity item event,
Yeah.
not claim it, and then just log in and out over and over. Every 10 logins, you'd get a field proficiency cash, which would give you 500 gear, and you'd also get an item for logging in over. And so you'd get a heap of apparel keys, you'd get a heap of items. Quite a few people who knew about the glitch, myself included, are now above soft cap. So, 500 plus.
I haven't played much since the tier 5 dropped.
Yeah, I know. You've been playing fucking GZ.
Yes, well, there's nothing wrong with playing DayZ. DayZ's great. I quite
You were
enjoy
waiting so long for the Division 2 to come out, and when it's out, you don't play it.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. Oh, but
So
I've got to play it
maybe
more.
you're enjoying the hype more than the video game.
Well, we might as well talk about the tier 5 bringing out anyway. What are your opinions on it?
Tier 5, well, Tidal Basin. Because we had such a long time, it was about 3.5, 4 weeks between release date and Tidal Basin's activation.
Yeah.
So everyone was pretty much min-max 450, so we went into the mission and breezed through it. It was easy.
It was easy, yeah, because I could have done it by myself.
But the mechanics of it were designed looking to be slightly difficult, or at least a hindrance. And here we are running around freaking one-shotting everything.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit easy, but I didn't mind it as much. It did sort of bring a little more clarity to the story, especially when it came to a specific character in the storyline.
He's talking about the Easter Bunny.
The Easter Bunny, yeah. The Easter Bunny. I won't spoil anything because the game still hasn't been out for that long, so I don't want to spoil anything for people that haven't really played the Division 2 yet or haven't finished the Division 2 yet, so I can keep that under wraps. But one thing that we will talk about quickly before I get into the quickfire articles is the problem when it comes...
with the update with Tidal Basin, they there's a nice little bug floating around where signature ammo for your class specialization doesn't drop.
No, well, that's what I noticed last week too. Because I was playing.
If you're lucky, you'll get 2 drops of ammo over the course of 12 hours.
See, I didn't get any at all.
Yeah. Well, if you play Survivalist, you get crossbow bolts every now and then. But you'll get like a maximum of 3, and that's it. And then you'll get nothing.
See,
for so long.
My problem with the good thing is they're apparently supposed to be fixing this, as you said, tonight. Which I'm happy with, because the whole point of having these signature weapons is to use them. Right? Like, I don't mind if you want to make them a little rarer, but like at the moment, it's just, well, you can't even get like ammo for it at all. Like you should be able to fill up your your signature weapon at least one mission every time one mission. So it's just at the moment it's something that obviously hopefully does get fixed tonight and hopefully gets reversed and everything will be all right on that front.
Well, they're actually investigating to see if it's intended or a bug. If it's intended, they can just shove the specialization weapon up their arse. I don't want to see it anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, then what's the point in even using the special?
The damage is lackluster. Like, you max out to max signature damage, and you still can't one-shot certain things.
Oh, I've noticed kind of the opposite. I think the signature weapon is still a decent. It does help in very tight and tense situations. So
Sharpshooter is useless still at the moment. Grenade launcher, yeah, the grenade launcher is great. The M32, it's true to the meme. M32 rotary grenade launcher, because fuck you and everyone around you.
Oh, they mentioned that they were fixing it as a bug. Oh, okay. Thanks, Joker. And
oh, that's good. They're fixing that finally, are they?
Yeah, that's good. That's good that they're fixing it because it's one of the things that has been knocking at me for the last week. Because it's like, oh well, at least they've acknowledged the fact that it's a bug and there's something wrong with it. But I thought I'd quickly just bring that up to talk about before I get into the quickfire articles. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting. One of those things that, well, I kind of expect these days. Especially when it comes to Ubisoft titles.
I'm looking at the article page in the Discord at the moment, and I'm seeing Razor's new external capture card, and I have the fucking capture card they made upstairs.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
But, but I'm fucking pissed off now. I never saw it.
Right.
I've got one. I haven't a Ripsaw. Fuck. Ain't gonna be worth $300 anymore.
I'll get into the quickfire articles, and then we'll get into their main articles. Alright, first article, Valve's anti-review bomb measures strips 4,000 negative reviews from Borderlands 1 and 2. These are articles from PC Gamer by Vicky Blake. Valve's efforts to mitigate the impact of Steam reviews bombs, working thanks to a new system that prevents off-topic reviews from affecting a game's review score. Steam users unhappy at 2K's decision to enter into an exclusivity partnership with the Epic Store for Borderlands 3 have been review bombing its prequels, Borderlands 1 and 2. A new default filtering system, however, prevents those reviews which number the 4,000 in this case from being included in the aggregate score. So, yeah, that's... honestly, I don't really get the review bombs. Like, I understand people get pissed.
It's on Epic! Let's just go to Steam and, like, review bomb a company's game where they've clearly stated they, are working with Epic now. Let's give them all the more reason to not go near Steam.
Yeah, well, that's what you're doing. You're just driving them away. And the other thing is, too, is that it does nothing. Review bombing a game does nothing. If people know for a fact that the game's good and people are reviewing bombing it because they're pissed, people are still going to buy the game because the game itself is still fucking spectacular.
Well, have you ever actually used Steam's review system to work out if a game's good before you buy it, or have you gone and watched like a review on YouTube?
I do a mixture of everything. So yeah. I do a mixture of Steam reviews, I do a mixture of YouTube reviews, do a mixture of actual big company reviews.
So if you have an inkling of any brain capacity at all, you'd go, well, this game suddenly got 4,000 reviews suddenly overnight. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go look and see what's going on.
Well, personally, me, I don't really give a flying shit, but yeah. Anyway,
this is the reason why Candle Lynch gets sold.
Another Persona 5 announcement coming soon, and it's not P5R. What is P5R? This was done by GameSpot.
What is P5S?
I actually don't know.
It's P5S, you fucking idiot. You misread it. So yeah, I reckon this is probably going to be like might be a PC release or a 4K, high definition release or something similar to that. Or it might just be like, could be just be one that like Persona 5 Dancing unless they've already released it. Or just a thought out there. It could be like Yakuza, not Yakuza. Persona 4, yeah? Or Persona 3, where they've released it on another console, updated with, enhanced visuals. Like I had on the PS Vita, I think it was Persona 4?
It would be Persona 4.
But that was a PS2 game at one point. And then they released it, updated it, and released it to other consoles. So it could be a case of that, Persona 5R is a release for PC possibly, or Switch, or hell, mobile devices maybe, because they've got the power to play them.
Well, it says here in the article that it might be announcing it for Nintendo Switch, seeing as Joker's now coming to Smash Bros. So I kind of gathered that would be the case. It would probably fit. It would probably fit, seeing as they've now announced that Joker's going to be in Smash Bros. So I'd actually
Joker from Persona or Joker from the DC universe?
No, Joker from the Persona series, Persona 5. Okay. Yeah, so
I was going to say that's a bit fucked up.
So I think that's why it is P5S. So Persona 5 on Switch, probably. All right. Prince Harry says Fortnite is addictive, should be banned.
He's late. The game's been out for 2 years. You're late, dude. You're late.
Well, I'm not even going to bother reading that article, but
essentially what he's saying is it's addicting, and the game's designed to be addicting, and that it's destroying the youth, and it's a crime, and
pretty much, yeah, it's just too addicting.
Anything that a public figure has to do with, and then people are bringing up, but he likes video games, and I'm like, yes, the Prince of England likes video games.
Yeah, I fucking know. Like, personally, the headline says it all, and to be really honest with you, there's no point really reading it, because we already know what he fucking said. It's pretty much what everybody says when it comes to trashing video games, and it just kind of, at this point, it just makes me roll my eyes.
I just feel it's just a bit late, if you wanted to do that, where was he, when it was at the peak?
Exactly. Judgment may come to PC, says producer, by Vicky Blake of PC Gamer. In an interview with IGN Japan, producer Kazuki Hosokawa. I'm sorry. I do butcher a lot of Japanese names.
Kazuki Hosokawa. Yeah.
There we go. Intimidated that the team was keen to release the series on formats other than PlayStation 4 in order to increase the player base. While he dashed hopes of a Nintendo Switch release anytime soon, he did not do the same for PC. Instead, Hosokawa said that the developer was considering the possibilities across a range of additional formats. I think the hurdles have been lowered by putting Yakuza on Steam. Hosokawa said, I think that we were able to increase the player base because people who did not have a PS4 can also play these games. At present, Judgment has not been yet decided, but it is considered as one of the options. We are in the process of considering the possibilities not only for Steam, but also for other formats. So I kind of expected it, seeing as though Kiwami did fairly well on PC, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it'll...
What is the one I have?
That would be that.
Yakuza 0.
Oh,
yeah,
0.
Well, that was pretty good. I've already played 6 hours of the damn game.
Well, yes. Yakuza 0 did well on Steam.
I'm nowhere near I'm still in the beginning. Like, I'm literally just, at the... Yeah.
Yeah, Yakuza 0 did very well on Steam, so I don't see why they wouldn't consider bringing more onto PC. So, we'll guess we'll
honestly, find the age of limiting certain games like this just to the console is so stupid. Like,
yeah,
I don't think the Yakuza team is limited as a first-party studio for PlayStation, is it?
No.
So they have the freedom of going, well, we can release on PC now.
The only
if they
reason
release
why
the PC, there's this huge amounts of people will be playing their game now.
The only reason why they've always mainly stuck to PlayStation is because the Yakuza audience is mainly Japanese, and you can't really buy you can't buy an Xbox One in Japan anymore.
You can, but
only second hand. You can't buy them brand new over there no more.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. Yeah, because they didn't sell well. They sold like fuck all compared to the PS4 in Japan.
You can buy an Xbox One on Amazon.Japan.
Brand new?
Yep. Xbox One division comes with division.
Well, I guess you might have to fucking go through.
But yeah, it's not. It's from what I was aware, Xbox just wasn't popular because it's a competitor. It's an American brand fighting against Sony, which is a Japanese long-term brand, and was there before Xbox ever got there. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
So they've had years and years. Like Xbox One, the original Xbox had issues. 360 had issues. Xbox One has had issues. But Nintendo, Sony, Sega, Atari, all those companies never had any issues.
Oh, they've had issues, but nothing to the extent of Xbox in the last 10 years.
Yeah, like with the case of one Xbox to like 30 other consoles. It's like a ratio, I believe, to like if you want to put like it down on as an example, like it's so minuscule. Like when I was doing game design, like we were taught like Xbox in Japan is not even worth it if you're going to try and make a game for over there, PC or PlayStation.
Pretty much, because more people.
Like
hell, the PlayStation 4 has still sold more consoles than the Xbox One.
Hell, they only just stopped selling Xbox PS3 games over there.
Yeah, because the PlayStation 3 was still very popular over there.
And it's only recently just been discontinued.
Here, it's been discontinued for a while now.
But they've only just ramped down production over there. That's crazy.
Because the only real company that was still producing for the older consoles a little while ago was Activision for Call of Duty. That was it.
I think EA for the sports game circuit.
Well, I don't know. But anyway. All right, I think we can get into our first article, I suppose. I'll put the link in the chat.
First article.
Sony launching, finally, the PSN name change.
Oh, yeah, that buggy mess, from what I've read.
It's a buggy mess.
Yeah, if you read the article, like I was reading it this morning, I think I sent it to you. Unless you saw it and then decided. Did you see it from me originally, or IGN?
No, I haven't seen anything you've sent me. I've only seen the IGN article.
I think I sent it this morning. Yeah, Sony's launching the PSN name change service, but the issue is... Oh, God, no, ad. Oh, shut up, no. I've got an ad blocker. Why are you here? Go away.
Shh, ad blocker's bad. Shouldn't use
fuck ad blocker. Fuck them. Other people could pay for me. I don't give a shit.
God.
Fuck them. So yeah, it's the online name change feature is only for the website and PlayStation 4. You cannot change your name on Vita, PSP, or PS3.
Wouldn't it be the same account?
Yeah, but they're only allowing it on those systems. It'll be active from the 11th of April in Europe, which is today. As of now, I believe. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. in Sweden, I believe now. The online ID change feature for PSN announced from the PlayStation blog will be accessible from the web browser and free to use for the first change. Any further changes will cost $9.99 or $4.99 if you have PS Plus, which most people have.
So it's pretty much exactly what like fucking Blizzard does, really. You get like one free fucking name change every year.
And Xbox, yeah. So should you decide your new name is not what you want, you can change it back as many times as you'd like to the original. For free. You can revert it backwards for free, but you can never change your name to a new name. You can only have your previous name, and your previous usernames cannot be taken by anyone else.
Oh, fair enough.
So Nico of War will be that account's name forever. But like no one else can claim it. It's off the claim list. So I guess that prevents there was
people
a while
trolling you and taking your fucking name and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Rooster Teeth had a video where they took one of the guy's names, but they had to immediately claim it on another account so no one else could steal it. Because Reddit blew up immediately afterwards. But yeah, now the problem is with this name change is certain games will not work. You may lose trophy progress, in-game purchases, and similar other things as an issue if the game was published before April 1st, 2018. Games after April 1st will have no issues because they're all designed around this new system. But older games, say like from release of day one exclusives, say Killzone Shadowfall, that will have issues.
Yeah, that's not really a good thing then. If that's going to affect your purchases and stuff like that, then what's the point in changing your name in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know how they
How did they drop the ball with that?
It's Sony, man. How did they get hacked?
Put that article in the chat.
How did they get hacked? So, how many times did they get hacked? Like,
yeah, well, that's the what the fuck?
Yeah, it's in Discord.
What's the point in doing that if you're gonna do the same thing over and over and over again?
To aid your friends on PSN, your old name may be displayed next to your new name for up to 30 days. That's all right, I guess.
Oh no, that's the same article.
Yeah, it's exactly the same article. I'm just saying. Did you see the one I tweeted you? I said it was a tweet. I let you. Sony has put together a list of games, so at least you know which game. There's a list of games, so you have to cross them off. But in the games that could be aren't supported, it may just come down to a case of you will appear as your old name. So if you have a username of I love to eat butterflies, your username, say in Call of Duty Black Ops 1, right, will be known as I like to eat butterflies, even though you might have changed it to I love ninja.
How hard is it, right, to just implement a name change system without fucking everything else? How possibly could you do that?
Well, they did get hacked multiple times. Let's be honest. Sony did get hacked so much. Like they were one of the most they're one of the most influential, most powerful companies in the world, and they still fucking got hacked.
Yeah, but then again, you've also got this other point where no matter what you do, you're going to get ass fucked. It's like, oh well, all right, I'm going to change my name, but then when you change your name, it's like, oh well, sorry, you can't keep your downloadable content, or you can't keep half your games that you bought on the store. You're just going to have to lose them unless you revert back to your original name. Now,
this could be just a case of I'm interpreting it wrong, but that's the way it's coming across as. I didn't do much research on this, but this from this article, playing these games may mean you still have your old name, and there's a chance you could lose access to DLC. So.
Well, then that means you're forced to fucking spend more money to buy buy the friggin' DLC again.
But knowing Sony, they probably got it so that it will detect what you've purchased it, but won't let you access it.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a simple fucking system. Xbox, the inferior fucking console in this, right? You're able to change your name, right, without any repercussions. Zero. You could do that on Steam. Zero repercussions.
Yeah, but on Steam you have a legacy username. For me, it's a different username to what my screen name is. For you, it actually still might be Nico of War, but my login name is different to what my screen name is. On Xbox, they might be using a similar system where it is linked to your main accounts first. It might have a legacy name, but everything's run past. From what I'm gathering on PlayStation, they might just be everything is getting changed when you change that name. There's no keystone left. You know what I mean? But everything is congregated around. So when you change your name, everything is wiped and updated instead of it going, okay, this is the new name that, say, Vesp has. It will be, this guy's name is Vesp. Everything he owns is under Vesp, but he's now appearing under Easy All Day.
Yeah, but
that's how it shows on everything else. But on PlayStation, it might be Vesp is now Easy All Day. These purchases don't match what Easy All Day owns. You now have no access to it.
But you're logging under the same fucking email address, aren't you?
They might not be using the email address as it's like a keystone. Who knows?
Why not?
I don't fucking know. Do I look like I work at Sony? Why are you fucking asking me? Why does it matter? Neither of us play on Sony that much.
No, I know, but it's just...
It's a good feature that they finally bought. It's buggy as fuck. I don't know why they didn't announce it on April 1st, because then at least, it might, it had that, that ability of saying, April Fools, it's fucked up. Okay, we'll remove it. But, you know, look, they finally bring in the opportunity. So if you have a stupid fucking name like XX Sniper Warrior XX or whatever, you can finally get rid of that queer-ass name.
Oh, I think we can move on from that, I suppose.
We have to, yeah. So what's the next one?
Next one will be Borderlands 3. Apparently, Troy Baker is not returning in Tales. That voiced Rhys from Tales from the Borderlands apparently is not voicing Rhys in Borderlands 3.
Oh, okay. I never played Tales of the Borderlands. I don't play Telltale games.
Well, if you wanted to, in my honest opinion, is that Tales from the Borderlands is very, very good. Right? It's probably the best one they've done apart from the Walking Dead ones. The things are the Walking Dead ones have sort of gone down a slippery slope. But
you know, Telltale isn't Telltale anymore, so. But yeah, he's not coming back.
He's not. Sorry, I was reading what Funny Bunny said in the chat. That my PS4 name is XX_Swagmeister_XX. You've offended me. Reported. But anyway, and I'm kind of disappointed. But as you read the article, right, it wasn't his choice. They went behind his back and just said, "No, we're going to hire someone else."
Well, that's their right. Was he signed on? Was there a contract involved? And they broke the contract.
Well, no. Well, like where I look at it, like he understands why he didn't get hired because again, it's a different company, right? Telltale only had temporary rights to do the one series, the one season, and obviously Gearbox, but he was just said he was a little disappointed at the fact that
my headset died.
The people that had an input in that storyline and they want to make it canon, they probably should have still used the original the original cast at least, and some people that did work on that character or those characters that were in that storyline in this. It's like I can see that. But he shouldn't really expect that he should get the job straight away. Like, it would have been nice, because he is a great fucking, he is a great voice actor.
But, the same thing can be said about a lot of things. Like, what's his name? Like, Nathan Fillion, he got completely removed as Cade.
Yeah.
They literally, Legacy changed his voice. Not just didn't sign him on, they literally took his voice out completely.
What, in the entire game?
Yeah, he's no longer Nathan Fillion. Even from Destiny, the beginning of Destiny 2. No longer Nathan Fillion doing Cade 6.
Well, that's shit, because Nathan Fillion.
Well, they did the same thing. They did the same thing with the Ghost. They got rid of Peter Dinklage and put
Nolan. It's the same guy that's doing Nathan Fillion's job.
Yeah.
Let's just get fucking Nolan North to do everything.
At least then I won't see that black actor every time Zavala speaks. I just see that guy from what's his name? John Wick.
Oh God.
I see him every time Zavala speaks and I'm like,
well, that's a little disappointing because Nathan Fillion, well, I guess there was probably some stuff behind the scenes, but Nathan Fillion came out and said that the reason why he just left because he was busy on other projects, which he clearly showed because he was doing another show. But I guess there might have been something behind that too. Yeah,
there's always something behind it. That's also a reason why there's no more Castle because or at least with the co-hosts. Yeah, apparently they didn't get along. But
they got along for the first while, and then when it got to the last couple of seasons,
and then after a while, it got a bit fucky. Yeah, I know.
The last couple of seasons, they started like Nathan Fillion. He says now, like when it comes to that show, like he has no bad blood to her. Like he still considers her a friend.
Yeah.
But like she has other opinions of him, and he does wish her well. But look, as I said, when it comes to this though, like I'm a little disappointed Troy Baker ain't that voice Rhys, because Rhys, in my honest opinion, was a very awesome character from Tales from the Borderlands. But like I can understand why. I don't know who does the voice of him. I don't think they've announced that. But At least, but I'm happy at least that they're bringing that character and some of the characters from Tales from the Borderlands over to Borderlands, the main series, because it'd be nice to still see them around and nice to see where they've been since that game came out and stuff. So I'm happy regardless. But hopefully, he did say in the article that he hopes the guy that did the part did a good job and wishes him well if he continues to go on with it. So, yeah, I wish the same for him. And I hope he does a good job. And whoever it is, when we find out, that I guess we'll just wait and see when Borderlands 3 comes out, I suppose. But, yes. Alright, next article. Talk about this. Talk about the new RTX 2080 Ti. That also has, an attached liquid cooler with it. Seen this?
Okay, attached liquid coolers aren't a new thing. Like EVGA does that for every game release.
Yeah.
A card release. So let's have a look at this because I didn't create myself. From the looks of it, it looks just like a normal EVGA Hydro, but this time it's a Kingpin. So it looks like they might not be doing the regular Hydros anymore. And putting a 240. Sorry, fuck, I couldn't speak. A 240 or 280 millimeter rad on it. So the cooling alone will be much better.
Well, I think that would be much appreciated and much welcomed.
But with Kingpin is notorious for over complicating the cooling for everything because he does world breaking overclocks. So that entire PCB, even though it's got a little fan there, right? That entire area is probably water blocked and then coppered for everything else. That is like...
Well, you can see in the photo that it's all coppered.
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, like, everything, all the little switches on that's all going to be done up. Which is pretty good to see, honestly. I used to have, like, a Hydro kit for my 1080, where I had to take my 1080 apart and put their shroud and that on. And it was great. It actually did the job really well. So, it costs $1,900. So, okay. The article basically is saying, for anyone who can afford it, GTX 2080 Ti is the best graphics card for gaming. Debatable. Offering comparable performance to a Titan RTX for around half the price. It depends on the specific model, though. Case in point, EVGA today launched a GeForce RTX 2080 Kingpin gaming card. Premium GPU with a price tag to match. $1,899.99 if you're an EVGA associate member. If you're not one of those members, you can't buy it.
What's the fucking point in buying it?
So you have to be a member to buy it. Okay, that's interesting. As we reported last month, the Associates program is a new thing that incentivizes EVGA customers to peddle its products by sharing a unique code. The buyer who uses the code gets a discount on most items, and the associate gets a kickback in the form of EVGA bucks in store currency. Apparently, one of the perks is getting exclusive access to a graphics card that costs $1,900. It's a hefty markup over a regular Founders Edition. Though in fairness, there is quite a bit of bit that separates a Kingpin card from others. Yeah, but I don't think it's worth dollars.
I personally don't. Like, personally, I'm still sticking under the point that anything that's RTX right now, I wouldn't even bother.
This is a hefty card, though. Like, it has 3 8-pin PCI connectors.
Yeah. Well, like, don't get me wrong, it's good for something...
3 BIOSes.
Personally, I think it's good for something like, a big streamer. Like, in my honest opinion, like someone like Shroud or Doc or whatever like that. The card would be fucking perfect for them. But the other thing, where I stand and where I look at it, if you're looking for something that's just straight out just for gaming, I personally wouldn't buy this card. Unless you are, again, a high-profile streamer that is an EVGA associate member. Like, yeah, if go for your life, because it would work well when it comes to, streaming as well as playing your games at fucking 4K if you could. And even streaming, trying to stream at 1080, it would work very well. But apart from that, if you wanted something straight for gaming, no. My honest opinion. I think it's just too much.
But this isn't a normal card for the average consumer, dude.
No.
Like, this is for, heavy overclock.
Yes, very much so.
Even though it's got its own water cooler on it, which is basically just an all-in-one cooler, which is strapped to the GPU core. That's why there's still a fan on it to cool everything else. But it's got 3 BIOSes, one for normal, overclock, and liquid nitrogen. So this card is intended to be abused.
Yes.
It's not the average user buying it. Like, you or me are not going to buy this. Unless
God,
we really want to brag rights, but...
It's not really any fucking point.
I'm still not upgrading from my 1080 Ti. There's no reason to.
See, I'm still okay with my 1080 Ti. Well, actually, I don't have a Ti. I've only got a 1080. But personally, I think the 1080... A 1080 or a 1080 Ti is still... If you're still looking for a good card to play games on, a 1080 or a 1080 Ti is probably still your best bet. I personally am not a huge fan of the RTXs because ray tracing, I find it to be...
Well, you don't need to have ray tracing. You can turn that off, and then you'll get double the FPS or close to at least 1.5%. So 150%, more performance than you would of a 1080 Ti.
Exactly.
You can turn RTX off. RTX on is only, hey, look, this is what my computer can do, and then you turn it off. It's like back in the day with Crysis 1. There was all these HDR, high definition 4K mods that came out. They were really shit to play, but they were good to show off your computer. This was back in 2007.
Ray tracing, like the ray tracing turning on, is a good sort of marketing tool too. Like when it comes to selling things, it's like, oh look how gorgeous this game looks with ray tracing on, and it's just sit there and you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, that's quite nice, and then you'd fork out the money to pay for it.
It's a gimmick like 3D.
Yeah, but when you look at it from a day-to-day gaming perspective, you sit there and you think you really don't need it. And it's just a tacked-on feature that is coming to other cards anyway. So if you own a 1080 Ti or own a 1080 or anything like that, or anything in the 10 range, you're still going to get ray tracing eventually. So personally, I don't see the need to get a card that has ray tracing when it's going to be coming to every other card now, and you could buy like a cheaper card that will be able to do nearly the same amount of job. But again, though, as you said, it's not the card, and I completely agree. This card is not for the average consumer. It's for people that are going to abuse it. It's pretty much like buying a second-hand Ford Falcon. You sit there and you're like, oh yeah, that's great. It's a V8 engine, oh yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. But in the back of your mind, you've got to realise that it's second-hand, and 9 times out of 10, that guy's flogged the fuck out of it. So it's again, it's one of those cards that it's only for heavy use and for it to be abused. So yeah, you are right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the next topic, Alan Wake. Remedy was working on Alan Wake 2, but it didn't pan out, and they're actually not planning on making a new Alan Wake.
I am very disappointed in this. Very. This is one of the reasons why I brought this article up to talk about, because I'm a big fan of Alan Wake.
Like older games, like Stalker, they're getting a release in 21.
Yeah.
Fucking Vampire Masquerade's getting a new release. Like, old games are finally getting, some new releases. We could get an Alan Wake continuation, but not now, not in the next 2 years. It might be sometime in 2025 or 2030 or whatever.
Yeah, well, see, I was hopefully expecting something this generation.
But you can expect, but not always is it delivered.
No, and the bad thing is that, I'm not going to be able... Well, me personally, I'm not going to be able to see another Alan Wake for a while, but I think it's just one of those... For me, it's one of those games that it really needed a sequel. A proper sequel. and it's one of those worlds that really should be delved in a bit more. But then
the moment, they're working on Control, the new game they're releasing. But on the bright side, they do own the rights to Alan.
Yes.
They own the right to Alan Wake, so it could take a long time. It could be a fucking long time before we see its title.
Personally, look, I'll say this, right? If we do not see anything in the Alan Wake universe next generation, right? so give it another 10 years, then I would highly expect them to sell Alan Wake off. And let someone else take the reins and try and see what they can do.
No one ever wants to do that.
Personally, I think Rockstar should do it.
Oh,
Well, I know it's
really?
something. It'd be something
Alan
different.
Wake Online.
It would be something different for Rockstar, but they wouldn't do Alan Wake Online. That would be stupid.
Just do GTA Online is stupid, but you know.
Yes, I will very much agree with that.
It's made them all the money in the world. They're not going to make a new game. They made that cowboy game.
That cowboy game,
Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't. Look, I was thinking, I knew what it was. Look, okay, just get off my fucking dick, cunt. Pay me for it. But you know, they've made that finally.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They can just live off GTA Online. GTA Online is a money maker. Just imagine someone sitting there milking $100 bill.
Oh, the only reason why I said Rockstar was for the fact that when it comes to storytelling, they're very good, and they did take over Max Payne from Remedy, and they did a better job on top of that. Don't get me wrong.
I thought Max Payne was always a Rockstar game.
No, it hasn't been. Max Payne 1 was only made by Remedy. Rockstar didn't come in until 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rockstar came in and did 2 and did 3.
Must be why I enjoyed 2 and 3 better than 1.
Well, look, I quite enjoyed 1. 2 I thought was a little lacking, but I very much enjoyed 3. I thought 3 was just they knocked it out of the park.
I love 3, so I need to play that again.
Yeah, I need to play that again too. But like honestly, I think it'd be different it'd be something different for Rockstar very much. But I think if they ended up taking the reins of it, I think they might do a pretty decent job. It's like you look at the single fuck GTA Online and fuck Red Dead Online, right? And focus on the single player storylines of those games, right? The single player storylines of those games are phenomenal. They're always great storytellers. And I'll always give them credit for that. And I think, even though Alan Wake is something different, I think Rockstar should take their hands on it. But that's if Remedy has no intention of making another Alan Wake game in the next 10 years. Only for the fact of the matter is that Alan Wake deserves a sequel.
A lot of things deserve sequels. Like, I'm still waiting for Blood Rain to get a third, or a reboot, or a remake, or a HD remaster. I personally love that game.
Yeah.
But sort of games like that won't work now.
Excuse me.
Like, it literally had a code where you could preset tits size with a cheat code.
Of course you abused that.
No, I actually abused the Gibbs one, where you could literally cut multiple parts off one limb. You literally do one ability and they explode into pieces. Oh, it's great.
Still waiting for Skyrim 2. Funny Bunny says. No.
Skyrim 2? Fuck Skyrim, man.
Skyrim is the most just... That game's been beaten to death.
The only thing keeping that game alive is the fact you can mod the shit out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only thing Bethesda's good for. Although, Bethesda's good for the Evil Within games. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, I really need to get into them more. I've only played bits and pieces.
Evil Within 1 is more limited than number 2. Number 2 is good.
I've heard number 2 is excellent.
It's got that Resident Evil 2 feeling.
Mm.
Like, I felt very Evil Within when I was playing Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's not going to be an Alan Wake, but who knows? They might drop it on the doorstep in 2 years' time.
Oh yeah, we never know. They could be just doing it just to throw us off their tail, but because remember what was it? A couple of months ago, they were talking about the fact that they released some actual footage of what they did end up making of it, and it looked fairly decent. It kicked off straight as the first one ended, and it looked like it was going to be very promising, but it just fell flat. Like, you could tell it was also in development too, because none of the voice acting was done. Like, there was no voices. It was just subtitles, and it was just, like, I think 20 minutes of what they actually made. And it kind of sucked that we never got to see that on screen at that point in time. But look, like, Remedy, I'm fucking waiting for a sequel. If you're gonna make a sequel, you better make it quick. Because I've been dying for more Alan Wake for a long time.
Well, I guess don't make a funeral date then.
Yeah, well, I don't want to make a funeral date.
Well, anyway, so the next game thing and title is, as I said before, Razer's new external graphics card. Oh, sorry, capture card. And I'm so annoyed. I own the Ripsaw original. It's upstairs. I haven't used it for PC streaming. So, a bit of background, right? Razer Ripsaw was Razer's answer to the Elgato and other things that, like, they were out. There was a few other companies. I can't think of their names, but like they were all trying to fight for game capturing on console. This was before the Xbox and the PS3 having those record abilities built into them.
Yeah.
So now you can record on your console, really, no issues. Or stream off your consoles, no issues. But back in the day, you couldn't do that. You had to rely on you had to pay tons for a built-in card on your computer or an external device. Some devices had, hard drive input directly onto the device itself, and others. But the Razer Ripsaw has a microphone and headphone input directly into the device. It supports a number of inputs: HDMI, I think, capacitive cable, the custom cable that PS3 used, or the PS2. The PS2 used, those proprietary rectangle cables that moved out to the coaxial. It supports that. It supports the cable for Xbox Original. A whole bunch of old classic consoles. It comes with every cable in the box. And it's the size of an iPhone, almost. Just a little bit chunky. A bit more thick and a little bit wider. And it takes up barely any space. It's light, never gets hot. It's stealth black. And it's really good. You could literally just double-side tape it to the back of your monitor and you'd never know you had it. But it only does, I think, up to 1080p, recording at 60 frames a second. Well, whereas now, Razer's new external capture card lets you play at 4K while streaming at 1080p. So it looks like they're not allowing you to stream 4K, and they're still limiting it to 1080p. But it's going to downscale it for you. It looks like. So Razer expanding its lineup of broadcasting peripherals with the Razer Ripsaw HD, an external multi-platform capture card that records full video in HD at 60 frames per second, the same as Elgato's Game Capture HD 60S, which for newcomers is the best capture card for PC gaming. However, Razer's new card has a couple of advantages: a lower price and 4K 60 FPS pass-through. Okay, so it allows you to play at 4K 60 frames a second, but passing through the footage. So your computer to the capture card, from your capture card to your monitor.
Mm.
But you will record at 1080p at 60 frames, but you can still play at 4K 60 frames. So that's pretty cool. I believe the original one only allowed you to pass through at 1080p. So it's a bit annoying.
I'm pretty sure the original one was that.
The pass-through means you can play games at 4K if your hardware is up to snuff, while sharing your 1080p gameplay with your audience. That is one of the main selling points. In quotation marks, with the Ripsaw HD joining our extensive broadcaster range, streamers now have a capture card ready to broadcast the latest games at high resolution and frame rates from both their PC or console, says Min Yang Tan, Razer co-founder and CEO. Viewers will love the full HD streams while broadcasters can enjoy their games as they were intended. Note that 4K pass-through only allows you to play at 4K, not actually record. Here's a rundown of the specs. So it's uncompressed 1080p, 60 frames a second. Its input is only USB 3.0. It allows video input of HDMI 2.0, which is good. That allows you to it pass through at 144 frames. Its audio input is HDMI. It has mix-in inputs, which is 3.5, and aux in at 3.5. Video output is 2.0 for HDMI. Maximum supported pass-through resolution is 2160 by 60. Sorry, 4K. My bad. I can't read it. Other supported resolutions is 4K, 1080p, 1440p, 720p, and 480p. Includes USB 3.0 Type-C to Type-A cable, HDMI 2.0 cable, and a 3.5mm audio cable. Ripsaw HD also features built-in audio mixing. Users can pipe their microphone audio through the card with zero latency and zero syncing delays. Razer claims one potential benefit is to use a single mic across multiple PCs rather than fuss with the audio mixer to manage in-game communications and broadcast audio. They haven't tested the card yet, but it looks like it's going to be priced at $160 and available today.
It's a pretty good price for something that does all that. It has all that.
Honestly, it's if it's got all the connections that the original had, it's very extensive. Like you can literally out of the box plug into a Sega, Master System.
Sounds like it'd be pretty useful for people with that have lower end PCs as well that want to stream.
Yeah, because it does the compression and the what do you call it? Right now, as you are streaming, your PC is processing the stream and uploading it to everyone to watch.
Yes.
Whereas this capture card will process it, send it to OBS, and then send it off. So you can have a lower end system just for gaming. You don't have to try and build a system for gaming and streaming, which could be hundreds or thousands or more dollars for the same job. This little device for $160 will do for you. You just have a lot more cables.
Yeah, it saves you spending like freaking $4,000 on a brand new PC that can do what a capture card can do for $160. Well, that'd be US.
But this is joined Razer's lineup of headphones, microphones, keyboards, mice, mouse pads, webcams, bags, console controllers, computer cases. Now they've got.
Razer's just fucking got everything, to be really honest with you.
Razer's essentially the Apple of PC gaming.
Well, I don't know. Well, see, that capture card with all that shit, it's actually pretty cheap for what they would normally fucking sell their shit for.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, they've got everything at the moment, and they've got that premium feel to it.
What's the price of the best Elgato right now?
PC, I'll go to PC Case and have a quick look. For PC, we have Elgato, $289 for the HD60 Pro, which allows you to input from PS4, Xbox One, 360, and Wii U via HDMI. It supports 1080p, 1080p 30, 1080i, 720p 60, 720p 30, 576p, 576i, and 480p. That's the high-end plug into your computer via PCI that I could see so far. You've got AVerMedia. They've got a plug-in one for $449, which allows you to do 4K capturing. Elgato 4K Capture Pro is $559 for 4K. So they've literally just hit the nail on the head, and they're undercutting everyone on the market for 4K. Which is pretty good.
Yeah, well, especially coming from Razer. Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Because if Elgato's selling something like that, you'd always expect like Razer to go, oh, well, we're selling ours that are much better for $300. That's why it's better. But no, surprisingly, they've turned around and gone, no, ours is better, but we're going to charge you a lot less. So I give it to them. It's not a bad capture card for what they're selling it for.
Yeah. Now I'm going to double check how much a Razer Ripsaw is in Australia. Hardware.
Remember, $159 should probably be American.
Yeah, Razer Ripsaw HD is in Australia. Does not have a price. I paid $250 2 years ago for my Ripsaw from Newmart.
So you'd probably be paying $200. $200?
$200, $250, $300. Either way, you're still getting 4K for far cheaper than.
Yeah, far cheaper than what you're paying, like the competitors are selling.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's fairly very good.
USD to AE. Yep. So 159.99. $223.58 with it.
That's still a huge price drop.
Yep. Which is, pretty cool.
Yeah, well, there you go. Probably better off just buying the Razor then, I suppose.
Yep.
But yes. All right. Well, I think that's all the articles that we have to talk about today. It's kind of gone a bit short tonight because there hasn't really
55 minutes. Woo-hoo.
it hasn't really been. Well, granted though, like 2 of the quickfire articles I didn't really read because it was like, well, they're kind of self-explanatory.
Oh yeah, while we're still at it, since we haven't anything to talk about, did you hear about Borderlands' development company coming a fucking shit show on Twitter?
No, I didn't hear about
The CEO essentially saying that because people are now review bombing the game and being such arseholic people, that they're looking at possibly bringing every Borderlands game to Epic and every other game 2K makes.
Yeah, because this isn't the first time that. Well, so you remember 2K also publishes Metro as well?
Uh-huh. Like, when you think about it, Steam now has competition, whether you like it or fucking not. Steam has competition. Steam needs to pull its finger out of its ass. The gaming community can whinge as much as they fucking like, but you need to accept it. Epic is here to stay.
Yeah, I know, and the thing is that like I know a lot of my mates have been arguing at the fact that they don't want to, they don't like Epic because personally they think they're a bit shady, but that's their business, that's how they see it. But personally,
how is Epic shady? Like they released what they've made. There's so many games made with their graphic engine now. How are they shady?
Oh, it's for the fact of the matter is it's more outside like financial things that a lot of people are a bit iffy on.
Oh, what, Tencent? They're afraid the Chinese government's going to spy on John, Dick, or Harry, some unknown civilian living in South Australia who earns 35 grand a year. I don't think they're going to fucking be spying on you, dude. Like, got nothing to worry about.
But personally, I think, look, I'm going to go, as I said last week, and I say every fucking single time, I'm going to go where the games are going to be. Right? Yeah. If there's look, I will probably wait 6 months to play Borderlands 3 because it'll be on Steam, right? I will. But if I can't wait, I will buy it on the Epic Game Store because again, if games are primarily going to be Epic Game Store and they're going to be exclusive to the Epic Game Store, and I really want to play it, I'm going to go to Epic, right? Because I want to play it. I'm going to buy the game regardless of whether it's on Epic or Steam. But that's just me. Right? Like, I understand why people think, well, our games are being spread out into different fucking, into different fucking platforms and the different services and stuff, and I get ya, I really do. It's annoying. But again, I do agree with one of the publishers' arguments, which was that, would you rather download all these other launchers which are free to download, right? Or would you rather be a console person that can't play an exclusive on Xbox because they own a PlayStation and have to fork out $500 to play that $500 not including the game, just to play the game you want to play. It's like, okay, I do see that point, I do agree with it. But you also got to understand too is that when it comes to PC gaming, a lot of PC gamers are under one little specific mindset and they want everything to sort of be, they want things to be practical, not all over the place. And I do agree with that. And I do 100% back that point. But at the moment, for me personally, even though people might think I'm the problem, but if I really want to fucking play a game, I'm going to go where it is. Right? If I used to be a huge Battlefield fan, right? I still bought my Battlefield games on Origin, even though I didn't like Origin personally, because I wanted to play those specific games. Right? I don't like Uplay. But I bought the Division 1 and the Division 2 and South Park, the Fractured But Whole and stuff like that on there because I wanted to play those games even though they were really only on that service. Right? So I'm going to go there and spend the money to play that game. Right? It's just going to happen. Right? Yeah. It's just, and you are right. People need to start accepting the fact that Epic Games is now here to stay. they've got a better market. They've got a better, you know, they've got a better sales pitch for people. They're like, you get more money back in return if you come to us than you stay with Steam. And because Steam are so fucking far in their rut and far in their ways, and focusing, in my honest opinion, too much on VR, right? There's even speculation that Half-Life 3 will be on VR. I personally think that's a shit idea, but they know for a fact in the back of their mind that if they announce Half-Life 3 tomorrow and it's only going to be on VR, or they announce a Steam VR system, which is bound to happen because they've been talking about it, when they announce their Steam VR, they're going to turn and go, right, Half-Life 3 is coming to only Steam VR. They know for a fact in the back of their mind they're going to sell a fuck ton of VRs because they want people to come and play Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
And I get that. I agree with that 100%. That's a smart business move. But if you have a lot of PC gamers that are sitting there just turning around going, nah, we're not going to fork out like $800 for a VR system just to play Half-Life 3, then you're fucked. In my honest opinion, you're going to lose market if Steam's going to go that way. But this is why Epic Games is doing so well, right? Epic Games is doing so well is because they have a better fucking business deal with these publishers, right? They get more money in their pocket than Epic Games does, right? And if they went with Steam, they lose money, right? They don't like personally, I don't like the timed exclusive thing when it comes to PC, because honestly, I think PC, you know, if you're going to put it on exclusively on one platform, just keep it on that one platform, right? Just keep it there. There's no point just sitting there going, oh, it's only exclusive on here for 6 months, and then your first couple of weeks sales are going to be dog shit, and then 6 months down the track, oh look, their sales have skyrocketed. I was like, what's the point? You've lost money initially, and your investors are going to sit there and go, oh, well, you didn't do well in the first couple of weeks. So
anyway, Battlefield has now implemented microtransactions.
But that was bound to happen.
Battlefield V. In the future is coming tier catch-ups and XP boosts, but apparently they're selling characters now.
That was still bound to happen.
They added in Battlefield currency. Yeah, just figured I'd throw that out. Oh, and some more information on the removal of Pere Taki from Judgment. They had to. It's a new character. They did a new capture, new voicing. They've had to change trophies, textures with wanted posters, or evidence on your phone. They've had to replace lines, story bits. They've completely now gone through the process of purging him from the game, and replacing him with a new one.
So they just completely got rid of the character altogether?
No, they've kept the character, but they changed his face, how he sounds, because it's no longer based and voiced by the same guy.
Yeah, well, fair enough, I suppose.
If you know what I mean, like, so they've removed him from they've removed trophies. Yeah, it's just yeah. So a little bit of more information on that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
there's no real fucking news, honestly, other than
this
Sony.
week has been pretty quiet. So, might as well start ending it here. Anything you want to talk about? You're going to be doing for the next week?
Supposedly going to see Danny Boy live in Brisbane, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I got to fucking work all week next week, pretty much.
See some chickens.
Well, if the doctor tells me that my foot is better to go back to work, but let's bloody hope so. But one thing I will announce while I'm here, I'm in the current process of re-recording. I'm recording this stream right now, and now I'm going to start properly recording the fucking streams as I'm streaming them. But I'm re-recording them straight from Twitch only because it's just easier that way. They're still going to have some ads in them. I'm not going to fucking bother editing them out because it's too much of a nightmare. But it's only 3 episodes, so if it's just, you can grind through them. They'll have some Twitch ads still in there and stuff like that, but primarily it is the same episode re-recorded, just with some of the Twitch ads coming up. But I've only done the first episode so far. I'll have to re-record 2 and 3, And then after I've done them, I will be setting up a YouTube channel, which I'll put in the description at some point. And so if anybody wants to if the videos decide to start becoming unarchived and you want to listen to the episodes again, you can go straight back to our YouTube, straight to the YouTube channel and watch them there, or listen to them there. Completely up to you. And as well as too, I've decided to make a Pop and Pulse Discord. So if anybody wants to join the Discord, you're more than welcome to. The Discord's in the description below. Just copy the link in, and you're free to jump in. You can chat to us personally. Besides us putting my personal Discord or anything like that, I thought I'd make a completely new Discord for anybody to join and keep up to date with things. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much update on everything. Alright. Okay, I think we should end it here.
Alright. Catch you guys next time.
Catch you guys next time, and hope you guys have a great week. See you next week.